Assalamualaikum and good day to the jury. I am Emily Ong Xiaoling. Together with my teammate Sharida Johari and Nik Shamsul Baharul will present about online teaching and learning during COVID-19 pandemic, exploratory study on the effectiveness of Google Classroom at College Community Bandar Darul Aman. This presentation will be divided into introduction, research objective, literature review, methodology, finding and discussion, and conclusion. For the introduction, the COVID-19 pandemic is not a typical adjustment and readjustment to a pedagogical approach. So, educators must quickly adjust and develop a plan of action, thinking teaching method as the epidemic will not end soon. Several phases of lockdown has been implemented that can affect the structure of teaching and learning in Malaysian community colleges. The terms of new norm is widely being used. Face-to-face teaching and learning cannot be conducted on-site or on-campus grounds, so the alternative way is to use the Google Classroom. Our research objective is to identify the effectiveness of online teaching and learning using Google Classroom. For literature review, we have quoted a few researchers' quotations. Husky 2009 said that online learning is best viewed as online participation, and to make it effective, we have to encourage and enhance online learner participation. While, according to Malaysian Education Blueprint 2015 to 2025, the Malaysian government includes LEAP 9, which is developing a globalized online learning goal which focuses on identifying the access to education, refining the quality of teaching and learning in a while allowing education to be personalized to the current needs of the student. Nimit Solicitor Hanu in 2013 said that by using e-learning media can make the best impact as a teaching tool in teaching and learning activities. Apart from that, Usman Osli and Sir Philip in 2021, a Google Classroom learning media is highly recommended to make learning activities as a blended learning, while Goro and Suli in 2000 stated that technology barrier as the inability of students to access computers and the internet. However, O'Connor, Seaford, Wang, Falkowski, and Rivin 2003 said that an outcome of this barrier will jeopardize students who do not have an internet connection and eventually will influence the frequency and ability to access e-learning. Pollard and Hillage in 2001 said that students need support and need a place to learn without interruption.
This study was conducted in response to the online teaching and learning using the Google Classroom platform. The design of this study followed the quantitative approach by measuring and analyzing student response to online teaching and learning as a primary approach to learning. The primary data collection tools are in the form of a survey questionnaire which consists of two sections. Section A is respondent demographic information and Section B is perspective of effectiveness of online teaching and learning. So the response was selected using the Likert scale, which an anchor from 1 until 5. The data collection are gained from the student from 5 academic courses which are offered in College Community Bandar Darul Aman, which is comprised of Diploma in Commercial Vehicle Technology, Certificate in Light Vehicle Service, Certificate in Electrical Technology, Certificate in Computer and Network System, and Certificate in Architectural Technology. Respondents were given the link to the online questionnaire using Google Form and requested to fill up the questionnaire. In total, 180 respondents participated in the study. Data collected from the questionnaire were analyzed further using statistical analysis software SPSS 25. Analysis of frequencies and descriptive analysis were used to interpret the data, further dissecting the data, measuring the correlation between dependent and independent variables. Finding and discussion are separated into two main themes, which is a demographic finding and effectiveness of online teaching and learning. Demographic finding of the survey, in the total 180 responses were recorded for the students from 5 academic programs in College Community Bandar Darul Aman. 78% of the students took academic courses at the certificate level, while 22% were at the diploma level. Differences between diploma and certificate program are the depth and duration of the program. Out of the 180 respondents, based on the gender segregation, 89% was male respondent and only a meager 11% were female respondent. The median age was 20 years old for these students. The Malay were a most significant number of the students, followed by Indian, Chinese, and the other are 89%, 6%, 3%, and 1% respectively.
Chromba alpha is a measure of internal consistency A value of 0.7 or higher is considered acceptable. In this case, the Cronval alpha value is 0.907, means that all the items in the instruments are acceptable. From the graph, most students depends greatly on smartphone, which is 77%, and using the internet data for almost of their Google Classroom activities. The internet was significantly obstacle to the e-learning, especially in Google Classroom, but students still have high motivation in online teaching and learning activities. A few indicators in assessing effectiveness of teaching and learning in using Google Classroom. First, students' overall motivation level, which is 74.4%, that indicates high. Second, students' self-motivation, which is 21.1%, that indicates quite good. And third, students' perception after using Google Classroom, which is 74%, that indicate motivational increase, and only 4.4% indicate as poor. From the findings, showing that 77.2% of students highly responded to the teaching materials, scoring methods, and continuous assessment, both in theoretical and practical elements in Google Classroom. As the results, 70.6% students agreed that online teaching and learning using Google Classroom is effective and therefore answer the initial research question. As a conclusion, the outcomes of the analysis postulate that there is a high level of effectiveness in online teaching and learning using Google Classroom. Underlying, it also indicates that online teaching and learning using GC did provide prospects to the new breed of students with a better education and communication opportunities irrespective of time and place. Nevertheless, a thorough study of every aspect of online learning is necessary as online teaching and learning in KKBDA is still in its early stages, especially implementing a holistic assessment. Furthermore, the feasibility, needs, barriers, and problems faced in implementing online teaching and learning using GC shall be identified and addressed urgently. The result of this study are expected to help the relevant parties to take into account the needs to improve skills in the use of new information and communication technology needed to implement the transformation of education system, especially in community colleges.